What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Q&A, where today we have lots of awesome questions to go through and pertains to the Universe Survival arc alongside some of the characters. So before we begin, I do want to say that these questions also apply to you guys as well. So if your opinion differs than mine, go ahead and post your comments down below in relation to the questions. And of course, if you guys have any questions to ask me of your own, post your questions down the comment section below in order to be featured in the upcoming Q&A video. And of course, before we begin, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome daily Dragon Ball content as well. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, by the way, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and begin with our very first question, which is from League of Myers. Hey Alex, this is the 4th time I'm writing in hopes to try and get onto your Dragon Ball Q&A video with some edited questions as always due to the previous Dragon Ball episode that I would love to get your opinion on. This is also for your viewers and subscribers as well. Okay, why do we accept Dragon Ball Super's garbage? What? Are people that desensitized to Dragon Ball? What's with this whole mortal level bullshit? It's pointless. Here are my questions. Well, I'm about to get into that a little bit later on because I know people are going to be asking about that. So question number 1, since Zeno's scale of the universe is based on a bullshit estimate, does this mean that if Goku does unlock a new power, that it still won't be enough to conquer those who are scouted to be gods? For example, if Goku does get some kind of new form, would it be a waste? The power gaps after episode 80 are huge now when you look at how weak Universe 7 is. It's a very interesting question. Question number 2, in my opinion, Goku will lose. I'm going to let that sink in with your viewers for a moment. Yes, lose. Why? Because if Goku does use up all of his powers to defeat a foe who is worthy of testing Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, then surely later on Goku will get tired or worn out and lose. So how would you feel about the finale of this tournament being Vegeta versus Toppo? Oh, that would be good. Question number 3, which universe between 8, 5, 12, and 1 do you think is the strongest? Honest question, I think Ivan's Universe 1. Final question, question number 4, what do you think about Goku versus the alien and also resulting in some kind of a draw? Given that Goku does or does not get a new form, for the sake of the internet fans, having Goku lose and having Vegeta, who everyone expects to do bad, win would be a shocking turn of events. Your thoughts? Thank you and have a splendid day. Well, this is the first time anyone's ever said splendid day, so I want to say thank you so much for the questions and thank you so much for your warm comments. Now, to answer your first question, Zeno, I don't think the Omni King has scaled the overall mortal level based on bullshit, because a lot of people are kind of a little bitter or a little bit salty on the idea that Universe 7 ranks as the 2nd weakest universe amongst the 12, and you can't really be upset on that idea, and you can't really base that idea either on the populace of other universes with Saiyans, because a lot of people were comparing Champa's universe that, Champa has Planet Sadal and all the Saiyans on there, so they're rounding up all the mortal levels and stuff. That's not based on it at all. As of right now, we don't know what this mortal level scale actually is or what it's based on. However, according to the Omni King, which is someone you cannot argue with and you cannot bicker over, that's his estimate. That's the way he feels about Universe 7, Universe 9, Universe 1, Universe 12, Universe 8, Universe 6. That's the rule of law. That's the way the Omni King sees things. So based on that alone, we do understand as of right now that Universe 7 is the 2nd weakest universe, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the fighters that are participating in this tournament are weak themselves, i.e. Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, Tien, Piccolo, and etc. So in terms of the Omni King's rating, we're gonna have to wait and see just how the Omni King wants to scale things and how exactly he scaled it to begin with. But in terms of Goku unlocking a new power to fight someone who, or at least conquer someone who's also being scouted to be a god, if you're referencing Goku versus Toppo, it's kind of hard to say that if those two are gonna fight, because you also brought up the idea of Vegeta versus Toppo, and every single person in the community, I think, agrees to where they want to see Vegeta versus Toppo and Goku versus the alien. However, you're also saying, for example, if Goku does get a new form, would it be a waste? I don't necessarily feel as if, let's say hypothetically speaking, if Goku does get a new form, in which I think he should, because if there was ever a time to really max out Super Saiyan God and use all of its powers to its potential, I think this would be it, because you're fighting for the survival of your own universe, and Universe 7 scales to be 2nd to the weakest, so obviously enough, they're going to have to step their games up a lot if they want to survive. But do I feel as if a new form would come to a waste if if it were introduced in the show, honestly, comparing that to the gods, I don't really think it'll be that much of a waste, especially if he's fighting someone who's equal to or a little greater than him in caliber. In terms of Goku having to have a new power and then having to fight the angels or something crazy like that, then yeah, it'll be a waste because we already know how strong the Grand Priest is and Omni King and the angels and the gods, so you have to remove that from the equation. But of course, if Goku does unlock some sort of new power that's able to contest and conquer someone who's being scouted to be a god, then I don't think it'll be a waste. Now, I think personally that Super Saiyan God was a waste because we only seen that form once, a couple of times in the manga, but the power gaps, as you said, are huge according to Dragon Ball Super Episode 80, because the strongest universes right now are universes 1, 12, 5, and 8. So we do understand that those are the universes that we have to look out for in terms of how the Omni King scaled them, but I think that if Goku were to achieve a new form, I don't think it'll come to a waste. If anything, it'll help him, right? So again, I challenge you guys to answer these questions down below, as these questions also apply to you guys as well. Now, to answer your second question, you want and you feel as if Goku is going to lose. Now, I also want to ask the community the exact same question. Do you guys agree with League of Myers that it should come down to Vegeta versus Toppo? I mean, in a way, it'll make, you know, the most sense because Vegeta is a very hot-blooded character. He has lots of pride, and we do understand that Toppo actually is a similar character. He's very hot-blooded, he has lots of pride, and unlike many others, he's being looked at as being a potential god of destruction, which says a lot about him as a character. So I think that having Vegeta versus Toppo ought to happen, but don't chew me out for this. I think that if by some chance Vegeta were to fight Toppo, I can definitely see Toppo winning. Because as of right now, yeah, sure, Vegeta has increased in power, and I would love to see Vegeta win, but we can't have Universe 7 just beat everybody. That wouldn't make sense. Now, whether you guys agree or disagree on Vegeta winning, Vegeta losing, Goku winning, Goku losing, that's entirely up to you. It's whatever you feel like makes sense. However, you're also saying that if Goku were to use up all of his Super Saiyan God powers, he would either tire out later on or get worn out to the point where he can't compete, and that could or could not be true because we don't know how the Tournament of Power is going to be in terms of rules. Now, the Zen exhibition match, we do understand that anything goes, killing, poison, having outside items like some sort of like rare candies that, you know, Ro gave to Basil and senzu beans and stuff, that was okay, but in the actual Tournament of Power, we don't know if we're gonna actually, you know, have an opportunity to see that again. Maybe the rules might be a little bit more strict, but if Goku does end up burning out his new Super Saiyan form, or whatever it is that he gets, or if he unlocks something new and he burns right through, then yeah, they're gonna be in trouble, because if you can't use senzu beans to recover your health, you're pretty much screwed. So having Vegeta fight Toppo, I think, would be a very good fight. However, by the end of it, I think that this particular fight might result the same as Vegeta versus Hit during the Champa arc, that being that I think that Vegeta would lose, because again, keep in mind, you're fighting someone who is being scouted to be a god. Vegeta isn't scouted to be a god, so what does that say about Toppo? You get what I'm saying? I'm not shitting on Vegeta, I love Vegeta, but I think on a grand scale, I think they ought to build Vegeta up and build Goku up in order to confront these characters, because again, the alien dude, Toppo, even characters like Hit, they're gonna be a problem. They are going to be a problem. People act as if Toppo and the alien and Hit aren't really problems anymore. Yes, they're still as much of a challenge as you can even imagine. They're still gonna be, you know, opposing a huge threat to Goku and Vegeta. So I think that by the end of it, you can't just throw them in there at once and just say, you know, ding ding, let's get it on, without building them up. So having to build up Vegeta versus Toppo, I think would be great. If there was like some sort of animosity, or at least, you know, some sort of like, you know, tension between the two, and then finally having them fight would be awesome. I think yes. How do I feel about the finale of the tournament being Vegeta versus Toppo? I would feel concerned because Vegeta, unlike Goku, doesn't know Kaioken. He doesn't have any other technique or ability that can help him, you know, get through this fight. So overall, I think that it would be best suited because now the pressure is on Vegeta. However, I don't see Vegeta versus Toppo happening at the very end. Now, to answer your third question, honestly, who is the strongest universe between 8, 5, 12, and 1? In my opinion, it's either going to be Jin's universe, which is universe number 12, or Licorice's universe, which is universe number 5, I believe. So the fox and the fish, I think one of those two might be the actual strongest universe amongst the others. Now, to answer your final question, how do I feel about having Goku lose and Vegeta win? just to please the internet fans as a shocking turn of event for the tournament. I honestly don't think, and I want to know down below if you guys believe that Vegeta might win it all or Goku might win it all, because hell, we don't even know. What if Universe 7 loses? You know, like a lot of you guys have suggested that. So it's scary. It's scary. I mean, what if Goku and Vegeta lose against the Alien and Toppo? Then what? You get what I'm saying? But for the sake of the internet fans, as you pointed out, having Vegeta be the unexpected victor, I think a lot of people are going to give Vegeta lots of props. Even though there are people out there, for whatever strange reason, they hate Vegeta, I don't think that he should be looked down upon just because, you know, he doesn't have, you know, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken, whatever, you know, like just because he doesn't have Kaioken or whatever the case may be, he shouldn't be looked down upon. He's still a brilliant fighter. But by the end of it, having the fight between Goku and the alien result in a draw, that would be shocking. I mean, I'm guessing because you saw Gohan and Lavender end up in a draw, having Goku fight the alien and resulting in a draw would certainly raise tensions, because Beerus now is going to be like, shit, what do we do? Like, our best fighter, you know, arguably is down. And right now the score is 1-up, so now they're even. It's like, even if this was like the final fight of the tournament and having them result in a draw would be scary, because, you know, then what happens? But either way, guys, I think that by the end of it, in my opinion, for whatever reason, I think that Goku might pull it through. I mean, because it's Goku we're talking about here. He always finds something to pull out of his ass. But if you guys feel differently, let me know down below. So once again, Mr. League of Myers, I do want to say thank you for the questions, and I hope you have, as you said, a splendid day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from the Multi Saiyan. Hey Alex, I just wanted to say that you're my favorite Dragon Ball YouTuber. Thank you. Your live streams, reviews, and what if battles are just perfect. Well, I wouldn't say that they're perfect, but I want to say that I try my best, and I do have to say thank you so much for the nice comments, man. I hope my questions are featured onto your next Q&A. They are. Question number 1, how much would Hit improve in this tournament? Oh my god, a lot. Do you think that after the tournament, he will be stronger than the gods or even the angels? I wouldn't go as that far, man. Because he'll be fighting people that are on par or even stronger, and he will improve. And the same for the time skip. Thoughts on this? Okay, question number 2, what will Roshi achieve in this tournament? In my honest opinion, I think that he will be a burden for Universe 7. Question number 3, should gods participate? I think this because if the universe is destroyed, there is no god. So if the gods are at risk, why can't they be involved? These are all my questions. I hope you answer. By the way, I hope you reach 500,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Well, I hope so as well, man. The only way we can get there is if we get there together by sharing the channel and spreading the word. But I do have to say thank you. And again, I wanted to say these questions apply to you guys as well. Now, to answer your first question, Hit is going to improve so much during this tournament. It's going to be scary. I don't think that he's going to come close to a god's level or even an angel. That's just a little too far-fetched for me. But in terms of his Tokitobashi, in terms of his other hidden techniques and moves, I can definitely see Hit getting to the point where, yeah, he will improve tremendously. However, comparing him to the gods or even the angels, I don't think is fair. However, yes, he is going to be fighting people on par with him or even stronger. So I do also believe that that'll help improve his time skip. Now, I do understand a lot of people are going to say, well, he's fighting in a place without no space or time, so how is that going to affect him? Well, my rebuttal to that is, how do you know it's going to affect him? We don't know that. We don't know if he can still use time skip or not. So if he can, that'll help him tremendously against people that don't know what it is. But in terms of him improving, he's going to improve a lot. And I think it's arguable to say that, yeah, by the end of this tournament, he might be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku if he continuously improves, because we saw thus far, even when he fought Kaioken Goku during the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, how he was able to kind of stand up to Goku in a way before Goku's body completely crushed him. But at the end of this tournament, I can definitely see Hit improving to the point where, yeah, he's even stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku was during that specific moment in time. But in terms of him being stronger than gods or angels, absolutely not. But I can definitely see him going somewhere, but just not above that tier. Now, to answer your second question, Roshi achieving something in this tournament. No, Roshi is not going to achieve anything special, at least in my opinion. You believe that he's going to be a burden. I can definitely see him being like some sort of like comedy act in terms of Roshi getting all buffed up and stuff and then having to fight someone who can also get buffed up, which is pretty funny. Or at least having Roshi come across someone who's also a pervert like him. That'll be kind of funny too. But in terms of someone out there saying, yeah, man, Master Roshi's gonna, you know, just go in there and just, you know, nunchuck people. No, I especially putting Roshi in there with characters like Kaba, Frost, Hit, Toppo, the alien, the Beerus rabbit cat looking dude. No, it's like Roshi gets killed easy. I think that Roshi's gonna eliminate a few people, yeah, but I don't think that Roshi's gonna go far at all. If anything, as you said, he may be a burden, but however, he also may provide some support on the side as he tries to give guidance rather than him actually achieving something, which I don't think is gonna happen. Now, to answer your final question, yes, gods ought to compete. Am I the only one here that wants to see these gods fight? I mean, if your universe and if your position is being threatened, why don't you want to go out there and just compete for the sake of your own tier? Fight for your position. I mean, this would truly be a battle of the gods if you were to have Champa, Vermouth, Ivan, Halise, Moscow, Jin. You know, if you were to have these characters jump in there and actually fight for their respective universe, it shouldn't just be the fighters. I think that ultimately enough, if every fighter loses, we should see the Hakai Shinja actually fight. We should see the Gods of Destructions actually go in there and do something. Having them just be on the side and just having, you know, their ultimate titles be put on the line by the hands of their own fighters doesn't make too much sense. I mean, if the Omni King truly doesn't care, and if you're fighting in a place where space and time have no effect, then why not have the gods fight? Why not put the gods in there and just for the Omni King to say, all right, you know what? If you really care about your position, if you care about your title, fight it out. Fight it out, and the last person surviving wins. The loser has the universe destroyed. Having the gods participate would have been absolutely amazing to see what each individual god can do. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, of course. But I don't think they will fight. I think the gods are just gonna bicker and bitch and complain and moan and groan, and they're gonna be adding in ideas and they're gonna be objecting to ideas. But I don't think the gods are gonna fight at all, which pretty much sucks because, as you said, if the gods are at risk, why can't they be involved? Why can't the gods fight for their own universe? You get what I'm saying? But I personally would like to see it happen. I just don't think it will. But anyways, Mr. Multi-Saiyan, I do want to say thank you so much for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. Now moving on to the next question, which is from Francesco. Great content, man. Thank you. You're the person I go to when I need Dragon Ball content. Thank you so much, man. That really means a lot to me coming from you. Thank you. I have a question. Hopefully you'll answer it on your next Q&A video, and thanks. Well, again, I have to say thank you for the kind words, man. Question number 1, do you think they'll ever show regular Super Saiyan God again in Dragon Ball Super or in the upcoming tournament? And how do you think they will show and introduce that form again? Well, I have to break it to you, and I have to say it like this because it's sad to say, but we're never going to see that form ever again. It was shown in the manga, and when the manga comes out this year in English, in which case it will, when the manga drops in your local bookstore or in your comic shop or whatever, pick it up, and you'll see that in the manga, we do see Super Saiyan God, the red form. We saw it during, you know, the Champa arc when Goku fought Hit. We saw it during, you know, certain moments, and it was kind of cool to see, but in regards to seeing the actual form in Super, no. That form is inferior to Super Saiyan Blue. Now, I know it's crazy that people still believe that Super Saiyan God is stronger, and to a degree, I do think that Super Saiyan God does have one advantage over Super Saiyan Blue, and that's the regeneration. We saw when Beerus stabbed Goku, Goku was able to regenerate himself and come back, right? Even though the form didn't really last long, you know, we saw how he came back. So I do think that, you know, that's one of the advantages that Super Saiyan God has over Super Saiyan Blue. However, Super Saiyan Blue is stronger, and thus Super Saiyan God, the red form, is no longer needed in Dragon Ball Super. Why would anyone want to use an inferior form? Granted, we see them using an inferior form all the time, that being Super Saiyan when compared to Super Saiyan Blue, but in terms of the red form being shown, it's not going to be shown again, man. It sucks to say that because they kind of underutilized it, but it's the truth, bro. But anyways, my friend, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for the questions, and I hope to see you down in the comment section below. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Reba. Yo, Alex, I'm curious as to what you think about Tien in the tournament. Do you think he will unlock some powerful form unique to him? Well, that goes back to Roshi. To answer your question, I do want to say thank you for the question. Tien, I don't think is going to unlock any sort of like superhuman form. I can't see Tien unlocking some sort of hidden power. I mean, I'm sure that Tien and his Tri-Beam attack is going to prove to be very, very essential here when he, of course, comes across somebody that he fights, that he feels that he can hold down or whatever. But in terms of him having a form or having some sort of unlockable power, I don't think it's gonna happen with any of these characters. Maybe they might be hinting that someone may unlock something or at least achieve something that can help. However, in terms of Tien, which could be related to Krillin and, you know, Roshi and Android 18 and 17, they're not going to unlock anything special. It sucks to say that because Tien is a brilliant fighter. We saw what he did in Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball show, when he fought Goku. He's a good fighter, but in regards to him having something crazy, like some sort of unlocked, you know, powerful form, it's not gonna happen. So just to put it at that, Tien's gonna go in there, he's gonna do his thing, and then later on, at some point, he's gonna get eliminated, and that's the end of that one. So anyways, Mr. Reba, I wanna say thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a great day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from God0. What's the deal, Alex? What up, fam? Love the vids, fam. Hashtag best YouTuber ever. Thank you, bro. There's a lot of YouTubers on here, man. For you to say that means a lot. Thank you. I have one question on my belt. Why do people always say I want Bardock back? I want Goku and Vegeta to wish back Planet Vegeta, etc., etc. Everyone forgot about Vegeta's little brother. I want to see him somewhere, at least as a Super Saiyan fight Cabba. That'd be kind of cool, but I think Cabba stomps. He's nowhere to be found, a forgotten memory like Hatchak. Why is that? Thank you if you do answer my question. Love you, Alex. Thank you, bro. Well, to answer your question, to answer the first part of the question, everyone, the reason why people want to see Bardock back, Planet Vegeta be restored, Golden Frieza again, Cell come back, Majin Buu, you know, people like Lord Slug and Garlic Jr., the reason why people want these characters back is because of nostalgia purposes. That's the only reason. I mean, yeah, sure, Bardock, we've seen him in Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Dragon Ball Heroes. We see what he can do. We see him being a time breaker with Mira and Toa, and people want to see that. People are just like, yo, man, bring back Bardock. We want to see how Bardock would react if he sees Goku, especially with his god powers and stuff. Either way, the reason why people want Bardock back is just so he can see or have some sort of, like, you know, interaction with his son, and just to see how he would see Goku at long last as an adult and see how he would react to him. However, it's not going to happen. Same thing with Planet Vegeta. Why would Vegeta wish for his people back? Like, although Vegeta is the Prince of Saiyans, and although there aren't many Saiyans left, we still have the ones that are on Earth. There is no reason for Vegeta to bring back Planet Vegeta. I want to ask all of you guys in the comments, what would be the reason? What would be the reason for Vegeta to resurrect Planet Vegeta? What would be the reason for him to do that? There is no reason. Vegeta is stronger than the entire planet of Planet Vegeta. And anyone from Planet Vegeta that wants to step up to Vegeta and fight him, Vegeta would kill them. Vegeta, with his Super Saiyan God powers, it's a wrap. It's a done dealio. So Vegeta curb stomps anyone from that planet. Easy. So what's the point of bringing them back? They were a bunch of warmongering Saiyans. They were a bunch of bloodthirsty people, you know, so what's the point of having them come back? You know, it's just completely dumb. In terms of Tarble, Vegeta's brother, it's just, they're not going to do anything with him either. And yeah, he is somewhat of like a forgotten relic like Hatchak, but then again, those are non-canon. Some people will argue and say, yeah, Tarble's canon, Tarble's non-canon, whatever it is you feel, however it is you feel, he's not going to be coming back either. So it sucks to say that Tarble isn't going to come back, but he just has no purpose in Dragon Ball Super. Like, what would be his purpose? You get what I'm saying? What, just having him interact with his brother? And then what? Yeah, sure, Tarble comes back and he's like, look, Vegeta, I'm a Super Saiyan. And then Vegeta responds by saying, look, brother, I'm a Super Saiyan God. It's like, now what, bitch? It's like Tarble would never have a chance to even contend with his brother Vegeta anymore. So there is no purpose of seeing any of these characters return except for nostalgia purposes. People want to see the older characters come back just because it's a part of their childhood. Right or wrong, guys? Let me know. But again, I have to say, Mr. God0, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Games Master. Hey, Alex, just want to ask you a few things. Question 1, if Hit and Majin Buu were to face off in the tournament, how would Hit kill Buu if killing would be allowed? That would be such a fun fight, dude. Question 2, also, there is a theory going around that Zamasu took over future Omni King's body. What do you think of that? Oh, no, no, no. Question 3, do you think that female Broly is from a universe where Super Saiyan Saiyans are green, or that's their variation of Super Saiyans depending on their universe. Question number 4, if that woman is a female Broly, would you want to see some other movie characters in Dragon Ball Super? If so, which ones? Question 5, do you think they should bring back Dragon Ball Fusions, the game, into Xenoverse? Interesting. I know we have mods, but to have official characters would be good with their own moves. Question 6, do you think other gods of destructions from other universes that got destroyed will be revealed in the tournament? Maybe have their own fights because their universe is destroyed, and it doesn't mean the gods are in, does it? That's the thing. It's like the other, I'm sure the other gods are non-existent anymore. However, I'm going to get into that. So I do have to say thank you for the questions. Now, to answer your first question, Hit versus Majin Buu. That'll be such a fun fight to see Time Skip versus Buu's absorption, Buu's chocolate tactics and stuff, but by the end of this, Hit wins. Hit wins in some way, shape, or form. If anything, possibly trying to use Time Skip over and over and over again. I mean, we don't really know if Majin Buu can really get knocked out per se, but if Hit, discovers some really important vital points that Majin Buu has, he can just use Time Skip to stop all that and just knock Buu the fuck out. However, it's hard to say if Buu can get knocked out, but by the end of it, I think that Buu would try to eat him and Hit would just dodge him. So when it comes down to it, Majin Buu versus Hit, I would have to go with Hit easy. To answer your second question, the theory going around that Zamasu took over future Omni King's body is fucking stupid. Whoever started that rumor is an idiot. Either that or they're just massive bullshitters. Zamasu is dead. Zamasu is dead. Zamasu's dead. Zamasu's not coming back. The only way I can see Zamasu coming back is if his spirit was pretty much transferred somewhere else. A little bit of him, a little singular cell survived and his spirit still lingers somewhere. In terms of him being inside of the Omni King, how? Why? You get what I'm saying? What? Because the Omni Kings want to cleanse the multiverse? That makes no sense. They want to cleanse the multiverse for their own reasons. That doesn't mean that Zamasu's inside the future Omni King now. And also you have to look at this. If Zamasu somehow got inside a future Omni King's body, you have to ask yourself, it's like, how the fuck would that even work? How did he even do that to begin with, right? Yeah, you just have to ask yourself, it's like, how would Zamasu even, just manage to get inside of Omni King's body to begin with? That makes no sense. What do I think of that? It'll be a very interesting turn of events, but it's very false. It just strays away from the narrative. So in terms of Zamasu taking over anyone's body, nope, I think homeboy is dead and is gonna stay dead. To answer your third question, female Broly being from a universe where Super Saiyans are green instead of yellow. A lot of us want to argue and say that either she's from Universe 6 or she's from Universe 11. Comment down below, do you guys believe that she's from Universe 6 or 11? Because a lot of us want to say that she's from Champa's universe, a lot of us want to say that she's from Vermouth's universe. I want her to be from another universe because it'll add a little bit of dynamic and depth to see female Broly versus Cabba, female Broly versus Gohan, female Broly versus Goku, even though Goku stomps, stuff like that. Having her come from Cabba's universe, however, makes the most sense since she is a Saiyan that could be from planet Sadal, and bringing her along, Cabba can just tell Vegeta and Goku, hey, so since there are two of you, I decided to bring another Saiyan along too, but this time she's a female, and that'll add a little bit of dynamic to the entire roster, but it's hard to say where she's from. A lot of you guys are going to say, oh no, she's from Universe 11. From where? Where did you get this information from? It's like, they haven't confirmed that yet. And like, as of this recording, they haven't confirmed that yet. So it's like, what are you talking about, To answer your fourth question, if that female is actually a female, and if Broly was based on the actual movie concept, which movie characters would I want to see in Dragon Ball Super? For me, I would love to see Cooler return, because Cooler had a really good story. I would love to see Janemba return. And as far as anyone else, those are the only two characters that I would love to see return in Dragon Ball Super, or at least have some sort of introduction to where they're different, but they're based on similar characters. Now, to answer your fifth question, yes, Dragon Ball Xenoverse needs the same dynamic as Dragon Ball Fusions. Different, fused characters, different, just overall gods and Saiyans and fighters. Dragon Ball Fusions has an amazing lineup. Dragon Ball Fusions has such depth, like, as to adding on characters and doing multiple fusions and stuff. It's amazing. So I personally feel as if, yes, Dragon Ball Fusions, the idea ought to be taken into consideration and being added into Xenoverse, but we already know how that's going to go down, because so far as Xenoverse is finished, they have nothing planned on it in terms of adding mods or any of that, like just crazy fusion characters. But in the upcoming Dragon Ball game, whatever it is, I really hope that they do add in the same content as Fusions, because Fusions was just great. And to answer your final question, do I think the gods from the other universes are going to show up? No. That really wouldn't make sense, because even if they show up, it's like, what are they going to do? They have no purpose. The Daishinkan can destroy them. The Omnikin can destroy them. Like, what are they going to do? Show up and complain? Unless, of course, they show up and fight to see which one can revive their universe. You know, that'd be kind of cool. But in terms of the other gods having to come back, it's a cool concept, but I just can't see that happening, at least not as of right now. But anyways, Mr. Gamers, I do want to say thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And once again, guys, I do want to say thank you all so very much for watching this edition of Dragon Ball Q&A. I hope you guys made it this far. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and slap a like on this video. The next Q&A video, I do think, will take place on Wednesday, so submit your questions down below for you guys to get featured onto the next Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for all the latest Dragon Ball news, information, updates, and Q&As. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys, and God bless. Peace.